Good morning everyone, I am Jason Ray D. Noble and I will be discussing what is data gathering procedure and the steps in data collection procedure. So what is data gathering procedure, by the way? We usually hear them or about this in research, right? So data gathering procedure is the process of gathering and measuring information and on variables of interest in in an established systematic fashion that enables one to answer stated research question, test hypotheses, and evaluate outcomes. The data collection component of research is common to all fields of study, including physical and social science or sciences, humanities, business, and etc. While methods vary by discipline, the emphasis on ensuring accurate and honest collection remains the same. So there are steps in data collection. So steps in data collection procedure, while methods and aims may differ between fields, the overall process of data collection remains largely the same. Before you begin collecting data, you need to consider the aim of your research, the type that you will collect, and the methods that and procedures you will use to collect, store, and process the data. So step 1 in data collection is to define the aim of your research. Before you start the process of data collection, you need to identify exactly what you want to achieve. You can start by writing a problem statement. For example, what is practical or scientific issue that you want to address and why does it matter? Next is to formulate one more research question that precisely define what you want to find out. Depending on your research question, you might need to collect quantitative or qualitative data or mixed method. So, quantitative data is expressed in numbers and graphs and is analyzed through statistical methods, while the qualitative data is expressed in words, analyzed through interpretation and categorization. If your aim is to test a hypothesis, measure something precisely, or gain large-scale statistical insight, collect quantitative data. If your aims is to explore ideas, understand experiences, or gain detailed insights into a specific context, collect a qualitative data. If you have several aims, you can use mixed methods approach that collects both types of data. So mixed method research combines elements of quantitative and qualitative research in order to answer your research question. Mixed methods can help you gain more complete picture than a stand-alone quantitative or the qualitative study, as it integrates benefits of both methods. So the second step is to choose your data collection method. Based on your data you want to collect to decide which method is best suited for your research. For example, an experimental research. So an experimental research is primarily a quantitative data method, or a quantitative method. Interviews or focus groups and ethnography are qualitative methods. Survey, observations, archival research, and secondary data collection can be a quantitative or qualitative data methods. Carefully consider what methods you will use to gather data that helps you directly answer your research questions. For example, when you choose an experimental research, consider when you will use and how to collect data. For example, in experimental, when to use to test casual relationships, how to collect data, manipulate variables, and measures their effects on others. Survey is to understand general characteristics or opinion of a group of people and how to collect to distribute a list question to sample online, in person, or over the phone. Interviews or focus group, when to use to gain in-depth understanding of perception or opinions on topic. And then how to collect, verbally ask participant open-ended questions in individual interviews or focus group discussions. In when it comes to observation, you need when to use is to understand something in its natural setting, and then to measure or survey a sample without trying to affect them. When it comes to ethnography, when to use is when to study the culture of community or organization firsthand. And then how to collect data, join and participate in community and records. And record your observation and reflections. Archival research is to understand current or historical events or condition or practices. And then how to collect data is to access manuscripts, documents, or records from libraries, depositories, or the internet. Secondary data collection, when to use is to when analyze from population that you can't access firsthand. And then how to collect data is find existing data sets that have already been collected from sources such as government agencies or research organization. So we will continue the third step of data gathering procedure. With that, allow me to introduce to you Mr. Robin Gado to continue the step 3, which is plan your data collection procedures.